Alright guys, so I'm turning my attention to this Kawasaki again, and interesting enough, it's been sitting here a week, maybe two I think, since I've been doing anything to it, and the battery is depleted, which is odd. I don't understand why that would be unless the battery just has a slow drain. But anyway, I've been thinking about this and I decided to recheck the tension on this timing chain. So I've taken the spark plugs out just to make it easier to turn over, and in doing my research found the proper way to do these is you loosen this lock nut, which this is on the front of the engine. That's the tensioner, and if you look real close you can see there's a rod in the middle, and the proper way to adjust these is you turn the motor over in the direction that it goes and you watch that rod go in and out, and when you see it at its furthest most inward position you stop there and you tighten this outer sleeve in, screw it in until it's flush with that rod. Then you set your lock nut and put your cap on it. Which, here's the cap. Yeah, I'll try to, anyway, I'm just going to stick it on there. There you go, there's the cap. And then you screw that on and button it down. It's got an oil seal in it. So I actually had this too loose. I actually didn't have it in there tight enough. Anyway, that's where I'm starting with. I'm going to put this thing on the charger. And I'm going to come out here in a little while and do a battery leak down test on it. But I'm going to charge it up for a while. I want to see how it turns over with the spark plugs out. Because it turns over by hand. Not super easy, but not hard either. So, that's where we're at. Okay guys, so I've taken all the electrical connections, the grounds, the starter solenoid, the battery, and cleaned them all up and made sure they're good, clean connections. And right now this battery is showing 12.5 volts. But when I turn the key on, of course the lights come on this model. There is no off for them. Well, there is, but it's not. It looks like the switch is broke. Anyway, turn the key on and it just starts sinking. So right immediately we don't have enough voltage. And then when I hit the start button, oh, it chops it in half. So turn the key off, it comes back to 12.5. I'm thinking this battery is old, and well, it may need a fresh battery. It may need a fresh battery. I'm going to hook the booster on it and see what happens. Because right now I can't even get it to click over. The solenoid's acting like it just don't have enough guts, enough juice. So I'm going to hook the booster on it and see what happens. Alright, I got my booster box on it. And it is actually taking a little charge. And when I hit the, it's just on regular charge. I'm going to zoom in on it so you can see the needle. That's it. It should be all the way pegged to the left at 0 when it's fully charged on this particular charger. And it's not. And when I turn the boost function on, which you can see it there, it says start or charge. When I hit start, which is the boost, it still doesn't respond well. It flickers and hums and buzzes, but doesn't click over. So I'm just going to leave that, let it charge. I'm going to go in the house, spend a little bit of time with my wife, and come back out and look at it after a while. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. So I've taken the battery out of my little four-wheeler and checked the water level, and it had one cell that was a little bit low, so I added some water to it. And I've got it on the charger. And it's taking a charge. It's not completely dead, but it's not completely charged either. So I'm going to charge it up for a while. Make sure it's got a full charge on it. Maybe give it an hour or something. Then I'm going to stick it in that Kawasaki. No, that's not it. There it is. Stick it in the Kawasaki, the old 750. And see what it'll do. So that's what we're doing. So I put my battery from my four-wheeler in the 750, though it was not completely charged. But anyway, it was almost completely charged. So we're going to see what it does. Wow. It's turning over great. I know you're not hearing the thump 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 because I got spark plugs out. Getting spark there. Getting spark there. Let's put those rascals in and see what happens. Alright, fuel, spark plugs in, fuel on. I'm not going to choke it. Let's see what happens. This thing just takes a monster battery to turn it over. But you heard it turning over with the spark plugs out. It didn't miss a lick, which alleviates my worry about bent valves. And I could feel the compression coming out of the cylinder or the spark plug hole. I'm just going to put the charger on here and let it charge up overnight, and then have a look at it tomorrow. I can get it to crank over, maybe, hopefully better. And now I'm leaning toward rechecking the timing. Not rechecking the timing. I'm just going to do a few tests on it, see if I can get it to hit a lick, you know, make sure it's getting gas and that kind of stuff. I don't think there's anything wrong inside that motor. I think it's a matter of getting those carburetors set just right now. I took them apart and cleaned them, but I don't think that I did a thorough enough job. At any rate, this is good. This is good. I'm going to charge that up and completely charge it up to where it just turns itself off overnight, and put it back in there tomorrow. We'll see then. But you know what I'm thinking? Yay! That's what I'm thinking. Alright.